So sometimes whenever we're designing an application, we want to use an asset package or design resource from a company that allows you to plug in existing design assets from things like, an iPhone or from an Android phone, etc. Because it just makes designing simpler and it makes it look like it's actually part of the device that you're designing for. So, for example, with iOS applications made for the iPhone or iPad, they use a sort of set standard of different assets that you can plug in that visually are consistent across the board. So every app is going to use the same type of keyboard or the same type of wheel selection. So we want to make sure that we can do that within XD, and luckily all of that is actually built into XD. It's very easy to do. Within XD we go File, Get UI Kits, and we can see different UI kits here. So I'll click on Apple iOS, and it opens up this page. And within this page, I can download the Adobe XD files. After I open those files up, this is what they'll look like. I'll just copy these to my desktop. And I can open these up to take a look at different templates. So for example, app icon templates, which show me how I need to design my app icons. In the other folder, there's UI elements, for example, for iPhone 8. This is going to be things like buttons, notification bars, fonts, and they open in this massive grid system usually. And very simply, all I have to do is I can grab an element from here. So for example, let's say I want to grab this like notification bar right here. I can just double click and I have that content selected, or I can select it on the left hand side, this whole navigation bar, and just copy it. So Command C, and I can paste it into my own project. Now something got a little lost in translation there. I think I only had the bar itself selected. Yeah, so I want to make sure I have all of the content selected within that. That's the status bar. There we go. And then we can scale it based on our device or shift it around. So that's how you use these UI assets. And there's assets for Android, there's assets for iOS designs, there's assets for Wireframe, which is kind of like Adobe's own design platform. So use those and be sure to design your applications with existing platforms in mind. Like, what is the iPhone? What is it? How is this actually going to look on the iPhone? We're not just creating graphics, right? We're creating things that eventually will be implemented into an actual device. So we need to take that into account.